Hello everybody, it's your Wonderful Wind Mage, your Cruz Ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. I hope everybody's doing well today. Today is a very busy Thursday of mine, actually, March 13, 2025. I feel like every single time, every single time I want to say March, when I'm calling out what this date of recording is, I immediately think Honkai Star Rail. Thank you, March 7th. That is actually the easiest amount of free advertising ever to name a character literally just a day in the calendar year. I don't play Star Rail, but I have a lot of friends that do, and well, here we go again with talking about it all. I should say first and foremost too, this is an open call stream when it comes to it, so if you do want to just join in, talk to me about Red Dragon and whatever, I should put myself in my little on-air section when it comes to it for my server. And if people want to talk, we can do so. But otherwise, I'm going to chill around, have a good time, and as probably the title of the stream suggests, I am going to be working on fixing up cards and everything like that for some of my friends for the Red Dragon Inn. Because since we've been playing modded decks and everything like that, I say we, it's two people, it's myself and D3, or Moa Mao, as you may call them or so when it comes to it. Speaking of, I actually need to download their file so I can work on their cards. It is all about all the fun that we have when it comes to a little balance, and we've gotten through a good amount of balance testing when it comes to it. I've gone through a total, I've gone through a total of 7 balance tests. D3 is now on 12, and we're still going on with that. So I thought to myself, instead of just doing it offline, why not talk about it or so? Because I've been having a good time talking about it in my Discord, and hey, well, at least it's something to do, because otherwise, this is also a good excuse for me to boot up Pitsor and, and start working on my thumbnails for all those videos and everything. Because I still need to figure out if I want to cut the last 2 videos that we did on stream yesterday, the 6.5-hour stream, to be all together in one big video, or if I'd want it to instead be in like a few separate episodes or so, because those were marathon games, I am telling you. And it's not like I can't necessarily have a marathon game by itself, but it is hilarious on its own right when it comes to be, rather. And if I look at my own upload schedule, it's not like I'm really hurting on the VOD side when it comes to it or so. I mean, this will supply me all the way over until April 14 right now, just about or so. So I'm just kind of chilling on that end. Make a card that's just a giant Hode? Yeah, I mean, that exists. D3 returns. Well, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Should also say, if you want to join me on stream and talk RDI, so on card games with me, just join a VC and ping me. Here's what I'm gonna do. Join here to enter stream. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change what's his face. I'm gonna change things around for. So that way I'll have your upper deck whenever, and then I'll just really make a whole channel just to have joining stream. That'll be good. Alright, yeah, chill. We'll get on this end. Well, let's join in, friends. Hello, you two. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. I smelled the RDI, and then I looked over on I saw this series of messages like, oh, it's time to just discuss it and be nerds.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna get to discuss balance and everything like that or so when it comes to it. So, yay! We get to be nerdy about this. Nerdy about card games. Perish the thought when it comes to it. I boot up my sheet of my breakdown, and I see 2 anonymous users already, so here we go. Oh, introduce yourselves, friends.
Hi, my name is D3 Damage and Moa. I've been working with Cruzy on several of these RDI cards already, and I've started the process of messing with the big file that has everything on it.
Alright.
Cool.
Fine on.
And our other friend here that we have is...
Hello, I'm Jesswago.
Yeah. Welcome aboard, you two. Yeah, this is just gonna be a chill stream, and we're just gonna be talking as I'm mashing away at your deck, D3. First and foremost, I'm going to group all of this into my own folder on my computer, and then I'm going, when I send it back to you, I can also import it to tabletop myself just to test, and then you can really just save it as your own object too, actually, to make it simple as possible when we get to it. At least for now, I need to put all of this into one nice big folder. But did y'all have a good day today? Hopefully?
Yeah, I would say so.
There you go. Anything special or not really? Just for me, it was just a working day. I just worked all day. That was it.
Yeah, it's very average on my end.
So, started the process of working on a commission, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. And when I look over their streaming right now, which I'm like, oh, okay, got it. So they're probably not going to get to it until after stream, which kind of throws my whole weekend into a futz, but it's fine.
That is annoying. I will not lie.
Yeah, on the positive side, though, I did get to do all the setup work for the Cutie Pie stream for 3/14 tomorrow. Yeah, the Rabbit and Steel tournament thingy.
Yeah, and I know that you talked about that to me before, and I didn't join the Discord immediately because I needed to see if I had plans or so. And on that end, I am still working really late at night, so there's that. And also, even if I want to at this point, I was like, I could still potentially do that, but Split Fiction had come out, and Flaney and I only did like once a week or so to maybe play games. So I am deferring to my beloved.
No.
If it comes out,
fair.
we're actually still a maybe on that tomorrow. We'll have to see, even.
Fair enough.
In the meantime, something that I need to do on my own end is, even though I have the master sheet and it has my, because this community one here has my Maid stuff, I just need to really just go to your Google Doc, your sheet, D3, and just copy paste Moa Mao as its own, quite frankly. That way I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth on it.
Yeah, you can kind of see like some of the struggles I ran into here, where like the card text is all over the fucking place. I had very little. Yeah.
You know, like you said, at least Krita is different in all versions and everything like that or so, but I can do something.
You can kind of see it though, right? Where it's just like, wait, how come it's like this? Why is it doing this? I don't know. Welcome to Krita. I have a very big love hate. Yeah.
I was able to copy Moa Mao straight over to my side. There we go. Perfect. Alright, let me do some organization. Flaney hasn't been able to come around, so I'll hide her thing. Maid Cruzy still in progress, I'll put that on the side, but otherwise, yeah, the horizontal side. So, first and foremost, to address in chat, Happy said, hey Cruzy, how many times has the 1 billion point reward been claimed? It seems a bit lonely. No, that's there for a meme. That's not happening, guys.
The 1 billion point reward?
Yes. To learn disappearance of...
It is a 1 billion channel point reward called The Disappearance of My Vocal Cords, which is literally just a meme, but if somebody redeemed it, then I would be contractually obligated by my chat to karaoke The Disappearance of Hatsune Miku.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is, but it sounds hard.
Have you never heard The Disappearance of Hatsune Miku?
No.
Do you know Eminem's Rap God?
Oh.
It's way worse than that. I probably shouldn't play it on stream, so instead I'm just gonna send it in this little channel here. Have fun. Listen to how it opens.
I can't
just
see it.
do it outside. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. I'm never doing that.
Yeah, fuck, I'll just look it up online.
Yeah, it's really just called The Disappearance of Hatsune Miku. But Kat, if you're in the channel, yeah, most characters when it comes to it for potential, right? You had that question of people having the ability to leave an ante versus people having ability to leave an ante or ignore a drink, and it bounces back and forth. It's either one or the other, primarily skewed. So some characters will have like only the ability to leave ante, and none of those either or leave an ante or ignore a drink cards, or it's both, or it's they don't have a way to leave ante by itself, and instead those ignores are just straight up. It's either these are both my drink and ignore antes. It's gonna be double dipping, but my quality overall, my deck quality is going down. So you can kind of steer around on that, chat, but the average is still 2 to 3 on those sides there. 2 to 3 of those cards in general.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling around as if I have my Google Sheet up. No, I have Trina up on that end, so I need to put another window display on that end. Oopsie. That way I can bounce back and forth on that, since I'm going to be referencing this a lot here. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to see how many characters have both a leave anti or / ignore gambling and a ignore anti / stream. And it's not very many, which I'm kind of surprised by.
The main thing is that when it comes to it, it's because gambling can already be a pretty... It's a pretty... What's the word to put it here? Well, first let me organize. That way I can actually pull up the sheet on the stream here. It's already its own, as we explained, on balancing your deck. When it comes to it, it's its own sub-game in of itself, since besides, tip the wench or other specific ways for you having to pay for your card and everything like that or so, it's already its own sub-genre of this is a much shorter resource pool that we're playing with or so. So it's a lot harder to get to meaningfully interact with it, or if you can do so, that is, at the cost of the rest of your overall deck. Considering how in a 40-card deck, when at average 14 to 15 cards of your deck is gambling or so, any more or less skewing towards or away from it means that you are sacrificing those deck slots for whatever that you're going up or down in. The fact that I have 12 is both for flavor and, well, technically 11. I have 12 if I include one way to leave gambling, but that's really it for myself when it comes to it. That's really on my side because I want to have more cards to interact out of gambling, not just my own flavor whenever it comes to it then. Won't be able to watch around for a while, but I will be sure to watch the archive streamed afterwards for sure. Thank you as always, Ed, anyway, but I will say, I have, let's see here. So, my problem on my upload schedule, hilariously, is that I want to be able to, I need to pull this up on this browser here, so let me pull it up there, is that I want to be able to upload my VODs. I always have it every other day in my 4 o'clock slot, but I also am sitting on, because I was trying out my old Shadowplay clips on basically 6 small montage videos, and that's like a minute or 2 each, of just random Deadlock clips before the map update happened. So I just want to get them out of here. But then I also have so much Monster Hunter stuff that I need to get out on time while it's still new. Look, I'm suffering from success with having only 2 upload slots. So if you want to watch the rest of this VOD, watch on Twitch, or otherwise it's going out in April for YouTube! Woo! Totally fine, though. God. I need this buffer considering my vacation is 2nd week of April anyway. 6 through 12, so I need to notate that on my own chart here anyway. Yeah, once again, welcome to Business Student Cruzy. She is absolutely using these sheets, actually, for her own little notebooks. Great. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, you know how I found out that you could have multiple tabs of Excel in one sheet? I didn't know that.
Yep, well, let me ask you this then, or so. And this isn't the way I'm gonna phrase this sounds like degrading, but it's not. This is legitimately. It's like, what did you graduate in, or so?
Biology.
Biology. Okay, that's something I just didn't know, because at least for me, I'm an international business graduate, actually, when it comes to it overall. And the main thing about it is that I had to take 2 accounting classes and 2 Excel classes, basically.
Yeah.
So I got to learn the mechanics in one, and I got to learn how to make formulas in another, basically, when it comes to it. So this is me just flexing on that, even though it seems rudimentary. If you ever are in an office job, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, not even once.
Yeah, but this is how it's nice and organized, and thankfully Google, instead of having to pay for Microsoft Excel or anything like that or so, Google Sheets does everything fine enough too.
Yeah.
Alright. So let me go, I'm just doing things in alphabetical, quite frankly, here. So let me just get the typesetting, but otherwise then, let us get on with this here. So, on your side, Jazz, you were suggesting your own ideas for your custom deck, right?
Yeah.
Well, give ideas when it comes to this here. Namely, what I mean by ideas is what brought about this idea here. Because at the very least, the only thing that I know about the flavor, if it's going to be like, if you're playing as yourself, or if it's something, is Lim's Company, because I'm seeing all the associations.
Okay. Yeah, basically it's a homebrew character.
Mhm.
Basically, for a while, I've been trying to do a game in a. Basically, I found a version of the Big Moon series for tabletop,
Yeah.
and basically, I'm trying to make the my DM PC.
There you go. Let's see here. I just realized I can do something really easy with my typesetting, which is I will just pull the base text when it comes to it for some of my cards. Just post onto yours instead of having to do every line individually like you've done here.
Yep. I had to, like, because the shift enter function wasn't working for whatever freaking reason, everything had to be its own line, which made entering everything in a nightmare.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you know, you can't really do too much about it at that end. That just, you know, kind of blows out of the water. But that's why we worked together on this. And quite frankly, if you didn't meet me, we wouldn't be making Red Dragon Inn. You wouldn't be playing Red Dragon Inn anyway. So here we are. Oh my god, here we are.
Also, I think this is one of the few cards that actually has a text change in it,
Yep.
I think.
We changed it, and you DM'd it to me or so. It was all considering that Battle Lust, as we talked about before. They need to stroll through DMs, because it was just remove, gain 1 Battle Lust at the bottom of the card. Exactly so.
Yeah, there's the first one that's part of, like, the defensive aspect. I think it's fine. It adds interaction. The second one, it's like, is it excessive? I don't know.
Yeah.
It kind of felt excessive sometimes.
And I need to check, how big was my text on these ones here? 14 or 15. Copy that, Cruzy. But I feel like, especially so after the last playtest that we did there, even if it was a shorter round for some people, people.
You.
Me? No, Cat died first. You kidding me?
Cat died so fast. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, wait, they're dead?
I
remember.
It's like I both felt so bad, but at the same time, it's like, they play it all the time. They play Red Dragon Inn all the time. They'll be fine.
You know what it was for me? I remember thinking, man, it's pretty early. They have a ton of health. And then I see a little yellow number next to their name. I'm like, wait, what does that say? That can't be right. I look over at their gold pile and they have 2 gold. I was like, wait, it's turn 1. I haven't even had my second turn yet.
Mm-hmm. Remember, right? I died before I could have my 3rd turn, for crying out loud. Like, the game absolutely blew to hell and high water so fast. What's a good bit partially due to the fact that everything went down the drain when half of the table took a drink that dealt 7 damage. I was at 12 health on round 1, turn 1. 12 health.
Yo.
Things are ridiculous. I could also just copy paste this. What am I doing? May not use this card to ignore a round of gambling. Simple enough.
Yeah, and I did think it. I didn't catch on that I had done this. This was definitely unintentional. I was like, oh yeah, I don't have any get out of gambling cards. Like none, not even one.
There you go.
Yeah, completely unintentional. I mean, definitely intended. Ha 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 ha.
Battle Lust. Oh, this.
We got about gambling, didn't you?
There we go, and then I need to also, from now on, we need to make another layer that's going to be your gem colors. You said blue and gold when we talked about this, right?
Yes, sapphire and gold. Ooh.
Gem colors? Let's say I should honestly just stream myself whenever I'm doing more of my editing work, because this is, once again, this is just my constant at all times or so, and quite frankly, I could also, I really could just continue making this part of my usual, part of my usual upload cycle. I need to also look back. Where did I get my gem towers from? I need to look back at trims. That outer trim was early, so I need to look back at my early functions. So that way I can get through this. Aside from Mau. Hello, Sunny. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so that card game that we played together, the Red Dragon Inn, we are working on modding in whenever it comes to it or so. So to that end, I am trying to help work on that stuff or so.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, so we're working on that stuff, and I'm helping them make their own deck and everything, meaning that I'm helping with typesetting and stuff like that, and everything like that or so. Which is great. Also, it's been a little while, Lovely. I hope you've been doing well enough. Everything going well on your side of the world? Gem template, that's what I need to copy-paste. With some buds, I want to say hi. Yeah, well, once again, thank you at least for just coming along. I hope that you are relaxing well enough and just, you know, chilling out in general. That's literally just the gem template. Really? Was it?
There is probably an easy way to do that without like doing a ton of extra work.
Mm-hmm.
So on the card itself,
yeah,
you can find the layer that the gem is on.
That's
the
problem. The outer trim is the entirety, as you're seeing right here. The whole trim, gem included.
Okay.
I remember on my drafts, I think I remember literally cutting the gem specifically out on its own, as you can see here, and then I literally just copy-pasted and moved it over each of it here. So I'm just gonna recolor it and then just probably do the same thing when it comes to it, honestly.
Okay.
And then we'll just see, because I'm just literally just gonna run it through an opacity. I'm just gonna adjust the opacity on an overall layer, and then we just go on from there. On my wall.
Yeah, I was like, you could probably just use a color layer to do like half the work.
Potentially, but either way. But there you go. It's blue now. That's my attack. We're happy with this, right? We're happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I was trying to see if there was an easy way out, but otherwise, you know, it's not a big deal. There we go. We got one gem. I need to copy paste for gold, and then we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me group these two together. No, I meant to merge the layer, idiot. There you go. That's gem 1. Opacity. Thank you. A little bit more on the opacity. That's still not gold enough. Yeah, that'll be fine. Merge, thank you. And then let's gold, blue gem, gold gem. Otherwise, as we're talking about this or so, like, we don't have anything necessarily too outstanding when it comes to it for balancing otherwise for your side. I don't think, D3. I think we're pretty solid when it comes to it then.
Yeah, a lot of it's just base rules changes more than it is like any individual card changes, right?
Yeah.
Just to open up more areas of interaction, because the gambling and contest is gold interaction. That's this form of interaction that was missing before.
Do you want it? I'm sorry. Do you want to be like blue? I'm sorry. Do you want it to be more blue or more gold gems? Because I'm just gonna have them alternating on your borders.
Probably more blue.
Or blue. All right. In that case, gold goes in the middle, blue on the corners then. And then I can just copy paste this template for the future. Woo! I am very smart at this. Very good at my job. I'm moving the whole border. That is not good at my job. That is absolutely iconic, Cruzy.
Iconic.
No, that's another... Another that. I need another blue gem. Thank you. Perfect. What was that there? Did you have any other... going back to you, Jazz. Did you have any other stronger ideas at the moment brewing? Or is that... is your custom contract system just the start of what I guess we can consider your ideas at the moment?
As of right now, I was mainly thinking of just focusing on contracts for now.
Yeah, it's no problem, of course. I'm just, spurting out ideas. As otherwise, I'm going to probably, as we do this here, continue to wax on about my current ideas with my Maid deck. Look at that. That's nice. Those gems are nice. It matches your colors all together, and now I can just copy-paste this card trim for the future. Woo! I'm great at my job. Nice. Wait, I can save it for all future templates. But at least, I don't know if you got a chance to immediately... I know that you, put that study emote on my chat right there. You think about... Otherwise, any immediate strong thoughts that come to your mind with my deck so far? Or, that initial base idea? It still is a workshop at the moment that I am working through on that.
So, when I look at it, my immediate thought is that declaring someone to be your master, it will feel very different based on whether it's a card effect or if it's an on-turn effect. And I think that's the first thing that I was eyeballing. Because I think on turn, you're basically going to be switching your master every turn.
Yep, and that's the intention.
And then I wonder how much use you'll actually get out of it. Because timing anything you do would be very difficult.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But depending on how the card interaction is, it could be totally fine. All right, and so I think that's my main point. Like, until cards get made, I think the idea is neat, but there's no idea of where the execution stands at quite yet.
Yeah, I getcha. I know, at least for me right now, that is just the same idea of how I want to potentially workshop the rest of the deck when it comes to it. But otherwise, I'm just still, I'm flailing around. The main thing is, I want to make sure that I don't have to. I want to be able to interact with everybody when it comes to it necessarily. Now, I don't want to just just pick and choose and say, yeah, no, I don't need to deal with you ever. That's gonna be the main thing I want to avoid with it. But I'm not sure how I want to delegate it otherwise. If I'm gonna have it be something if I literally just have I just get everybody's stuff all together in a big in a sub deck, and just at the start of my turn I just draw from that pile or so. Just otherwise, I don't want I want to just keep it kind of with every other deck that has its own gimmick of I only want one card to it's supposed to let me change my master. And that would rather be more of an sometimes or anytime, depending on how badly that goes. But then again, I'm not trying to play 2 esports for my deck. I am simply keeping it as, I don't care if I win or lose with this. This is my own side. Now, is that good for balance? Definitely not. But it's my own side, so...
Yeah, I think you might find the same thing that I've run into, where, just by the nature of having any table politics at all, you might be stronger than you think without intending to be.
Oh, the thing is that the master choice is more out of, once again, because it's gonna be, because it's not necessarily I'm gonna be able to get to choose it at all times, it's rather, I think my initial draft that I have at the moment right now is sticking to the idea of, I just draw from a hat from that end, and I only, I have to at least have everybody be my master once to there, that it's, that, the politicking is not my intention. Rather, it's just more for, I am always interacting with somebody, 2 or 3 people with my stuff. Rather than, why should I choose you? That's not my intention of my deck.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So part of the drawing from the hat thing was that there's a dynamic number of players, and so that might actually become a little bit difficult to implement mechanically, right? You might as well just roll a dice. I would say rolling a dice might actually just be just as effective at that point, right?
I mean, I was
Or,
like my initial thought was like, if we have like 4 people here, I'm just gonna have like, yeah, like a D4. It was legitimately just gonna be like a D4, or I was really just gonna stuff a bunch of like different towers like that we have. Like I'm just gonna stuff like the 10 primary towers that you can be on Tabletop Sim in a nice little small folder, and I'll really just pull it out. I would just like only keep the towers in, and I'll just pull it every turn. Like I'll flip it over and be like, all right, whoever pink is, that's my master for the turn. That way, it's nice. Everybody immediately knows just on tabletop who it is, and we easily keep track of who I've already been with.
All right, that should probably work then. Just a set of cards. All they is just the colors from tabletop.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do.
I mean, that'll probably work just fine.
Also, real quick on your side, just for clarity when it comes to it, all of the tabletop cards or so, just to size it with the rectangle or so, they just have the white background. But on yours, you had this nice little orange background or so. Do you want me to keep that?
Yes.
Okay.